I found out I was a millionaire at 9:17 a.m., standing in line at a gas station, holding a crumpled lottery ticket with coffee stains on it. By midnight, my phone was silent, my house was empty, and my wife was gone. I remember staring at the glowing numbers on the terminal while the cashier said, "Sir, you might want to sit down." I laughed, shaky and disbelieving, already imagining how everything would change. I didn't know that by the end of that same day, the only thing I'd won was the truth about my marriage. Lena and I had been married for 9 years, together for 12. We weren't perfect, but we were stable, or so I thought. We lived in a modest 3-bedroom house, argued about groceries, and watched the same shows every night. She worked in marketing, I was an IT project manager, and money was always tight but manageable. "We're doing okay," she'd say whenever I worried about bills. Winning the lottery felt like a miracle dropped into an ordinary life. I couldn't wait to tell her, to see her face light up the way it used to when we were younger. Our relationship had changed over the past year, though I tried to ignore it. Lena stayed late at work more often, guarded her phone like it held state secrets, and seemed distant in small, hard-to-explain ways. When I asked, she'd smile and say, "You're imagining things. Work's just crazy." I believed her because trusting your spouse feels easier than questioning your reality. Still, there were moments, missed calls, sudden weekend conferences, unfamiliar names popping up in her notifications, that left a quiet knot in my stomach I never fully addressed. The lottery win raised the stakes instantly. After taxes, it would still be life-changing money, enough to pay off the house, quit jobs, start fresh. I called Lena 3 times from the parking lot, but she didn't answer. I texted, "Call me ASAP. Big news." No reply. I finally drove home, rehearsing how I'd tell her. Maybe I'd make it dramatic, I thought. Maybe I'd say, "Sit down," the way the cashier had. I didn't realize how much silence can weigh when you're waiting to share joy. By early afternoon, something felt off. Lena usually checked in during lunch, even if it was just a heart emoji. That day, nothing. I noticed her car wasn't in the driveway, which made sense, but when I went inside, a few things were missing. Her overnight bag wasn't in the closet. One of her nicer jackets was gone. I told myself not to spiral. She probably has a late meeting, I muttered out loud, trying to calm down. Still, I kept checking my phone, refreshing messages like they might appear through sheer will. Around 3 p.m., curiosity got the better of me. I opened our shared phone plan app, something I hadn't done in years, and scrolled through recent call logs. One number showed up constantly, almost daily, sometimes late at night. I didn't recognize it. I copied it, hesitated, then dialed. It rang twice before a man answered. "Hello," he said casually. My throat tightened. I hung up without speaking, heart pounding. A minute later, my phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. "Who is this?" That was when my excitement started turning into dread. I replied, "You just answered my call. This is Mark." There was a long pause before 3 dots appeared, disappeared, then appeared again. Finally, "Oh. Right. Sorry. Wrong number." My hands were shaking now. I checked Lena's location through our family app. It showed her across town, not at her office. I texted her, "Where are you?" No response. Then, almost cruelly timed, my bank app notified me of the lottery payout pending confirmation. I laughed bitterly and whispered, "You've got to be kidding me," alone in my living room. By early evening, the house felt unfamiliar. Drawers were disturbed, documents missing. Her passport was gone. I called her again and again until voicemail picked up. "Lena, please," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. "Just call me back." At 7:42 p.m., I got a message, not from her, but from that same unknown number. It read, "She's with me. You should sit down." I stared at the screen, nausea rising. My reply was automatic, "Who the hell are you?" The answer came seconds later, calm and devastating. "I'm Daniel," he wrote. "We've been seeing each other for a while." I felt like the air had been punched out of my chest. I demanded to speak to Lena. After several minutes, my phone rang. Her name flashed on the screen. "Mark," she said softly, like she was already far away. I asked, "How long?" She sighed. "Almost a year." I told her about the lottery, my voice cracking. There was silence, then she said quietly, "We know." That word, "we," hit harder than anything else she could have said. She explained in fragments, like she was reading from a script. Daniel had been planning to leave his job, they wanted to start over somewhere new. "I didn't mean for you to find out like this," she said. I snapped back, "So how did you plan for me to find out?" She didn't answer. Instead, she said, "I'm sorry, Mark. I really am." I asked if she loved him. Another pause. "Yes." I hung up before she could say anything else, my hands numb, my heart racing in disbelief. Minutes later, an email notification popped up from our joint savings account. A large transfer request was pending, money moved into an unfamiliar account. My stomach dropped. I called the bank immediately, voice trembling as I explained.